Happy Friday, television family. January is almost in the books. By Sunday, it'll be done. The week is almost in the books. 30th day of January, 2026. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host. It is foggy, it is cloudy, it's mild. It's 34 degrees, got a tenth of an inch of rain up at Payne-Moore Memorial Airport yesterday, pretty much as expected. And we probably should, I haven't mentioned this in a while. When we talk about the highs and the lows, and we go back to the previous day's weather that we do in this show, all of that is up at Payne-Moore. That's where the official National Weather Service station is. It's all computerized and everything. So when we talk about the highs and the lows and the forecast, it's all up at Payne-Moore. That's where they keep track of the dew point and the temperature and the barometric pressure and the wind and all that stuff. I don't know why I haven't mentioned that in a while. Weather, kind of boring. News, never boring. That'll be the case again today. A lot of sports to get to. Our cameras were at the Wenatchee High School Gymnasium yesterday for wrestling. We'll have highlights of that. Kraken won again. They're starting to play good hockey. A lot of sports. It's Friday and it's January. Sports is usually pretty busy. Today is no exception. Mike Minardi's got an opinion, and Jaime Donegan will be my guest in the back half of the program. He is back once again to direct Follies, the annual fundraiser for the Wenatchee Valley Children's Guild. It's a big fundraiser. Almost everybody is volunteering. It's a great show. It's also one of the hardest tickets to get in this town. It's February 5th, 6th, and 7th with two shows on Saturday the 7th, and Jaime will give us a preview of what he's working on. This is what he does. He does Folly shows, and he does it well. 2 minutes after the hour, what cameras we have are a little on the glue side. From the Wenatchee Heights camera, you can see that low-hanging cloud and fog. There are actually 4 mid-level waves that are going to pay us a visit, but it's really not going to bring a lot. We got all the southwest flow, which is why we have so much warm air out there. I was just mentioning just before we went on the air, it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow in Portland, Oregon than in Tampa, Florida. How's that for bizarre weather? There's the Wenatchee Valley. Somewhere down there is the city of Chelan. That camera looked a lot better 10 minutes ago, or even 10 years ago for that matter. That is Chelan. That's from the lower Butte. You can't make it out. It's pretty cloudy and pretty foggy down there as well, but at least you don't have to scrape your windshields. We topped off at 38, by the way. Yesterday, our normal high is 36. Sunrise this morning before 7:30, 7:29. Sunset tonight, 5 o'clock sharp. These longer days are nice. Today will be 2 minutes and 45 seconds longer than yesterday was. We'll have 9 hours and 31 minutes of quote-unquote daylight. We're not going to see the sun. That's the Arundel Rock camera with the valley off in the background. And finally, let's see what Billy looks like. Bill E. Goat. Low clouds over the Columbia, and then another deck of clouds above that, and we're right between those. So there's actually 4 waves coming in from the southwest, and it's going to bring light rain to our area for just a little while, and that's about it. And in fact, the mountain passes are going to get rain. That's the last thing they need right now is rain. So, from our friends at Colonial Vista Community, Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. How about 42 today? Our normal high is 36. Yes, it is going to be warm today. Rain today, basically between mid-morning to early afternoon. Gradually, the sun will come out by the end of the day today. By 4 or so, it'll be sunny and a high of 42 once we get through the clouds and the rain this morning. Clouds return tonight, 35 for the overnight low. Lots of clouds, no rain Saturday, high of 42. Lots of clouds, no rain Saturday night, low of 36. There's a slight chance of some afternoon rain on Sunday as wave number 3 pays us a visit. We'll get up to 45. Monday, wave number 4, but nothing much happens except just warmer temperatures. Lots of clouds Monday and a high of 47. Lots of clouds Tuesday and a high of 47. We're talking 50 degrees with sunshine on Thursday of next week. There it is. That's your forecast, folks. And those overnight lows are where our afternoon highs should be this time of the year. It's been an abnormally warm, outside of a couple of pockets here and there, it's been a mild winter, as mild as anybody can remember around these parts. Going to take a break and come back with your news on this Friday. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
A kitchen that makes mouths water and jaws drop. A bedroom from a dream with a bath from a spa. A walk-in you'd never want to walk out of. A pool like the fountain of youth. And a view that never gets old. When buying or selling a home of the highest standards, it's comforting to be represented by a real estate company with standards to match. Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. Live well with Coldwell.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
It is cloudy, it's foggy, it's 34 degrees. We'll see some sun breaks later on today. We're going to have a little bit of light rain mid-morning to early afternoon. Eventually, as the first of a series of waves come through, going to scour out the skies. We'll see some sunshine this afternoon. If the weather can be described as boring, I think that's be about it. It's 7 minutes after the hour. Chelan County authorities say they have located the body of that Leavenworth man who's been missing in the Blue Pass area since last week. Sheriff's Emergency Management Coordinator Sergeant Jason Reinfeld said the body of 33-year-old David Gimlet was found yesterday in Peshastin Creek by a Chelan County volunteer search and rescue team member. Gimlet, last seen on Thursday, January 22nd, in the 3200 block of Hansel Lane in Peshastin, left the area on foot. He was reported missing the following day, but his cell phone was inactive and they couldn't trace it. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office had been looking for Gimlet by helicopter, ground search, and drones. Since his disappearance, his family was notified of his death yesterday. The man who shot and killed a Quincy teenager in 2022 has to be resentenced for the murder. Juan Carlos Diaz Guerrero Jr. He was an 18-year-old Quincy High School student when Horatio Morales Perez, also 18, opened fire on him from a moving car. Investigators said Perez intended to kill the driver of the vehicle Guerrero was riding in, but his shots missed the target. Perez pled guilty to second-degree murder, but a Grant County judge, Tyson Hill, turned down a request from his family to speak during his sentencing and ordered him to serve more than 18 years in prison. Well, the Washington Court of Appeals said yesterday in a 2-to-1 ruling that because of Perez's young age, the judge was required to consider information that might have mitigated his sentence. The panel ordered Tyson to resentence Perez with any relevant family testimony on the record. Douglas County Sheriff's deputies are asking for your help in solving an Orondo burglary. At about 1 o'clock in the morning on January 12th, somebody broke into the Orondo Marketplace convenience station. That's where Highway 2 and Highway 97 come together. Deputies issued photographs yesterday of 2 suspects in that case, and they're asking anybody with information to contact them. So if you recognize the people that you see on your screen, call the department's tip line. It's 669-3283. Any information, by the way, can be provided confidentially. The Badger Mountain Ski Hill is experiencing financial woes because there's a lack of snow up there. You can't ski if there's no snow. The ski hill is maintained by the Waterville Lions Club. It's a volunteer-only staff, and the nonprofit is in need of donations to keep operating. The ski hill says it has no money in its bank account to pay for both insurance or power. It runs them about $350 a month. The nonprofit also says its groomer isn't working, although the Masonic Lodge has committed to pay for half of the new equipment, and the Lions Club is looking into other opportunities to pay for the other half. The club has set up a Venmo to accept donations. There's the QR code right there. And if you want to cut them a check, you can cut a check and mail it to Paul Kadovic at Highline Grain Growers at P.O. Box 649 in Waterville. Wenatchee School District middle school students dominated the competition during a regional Skills USA competition last week. Skills USA Washington, they're an organization that prepares students for the workforce by developing technical career skills at school. The competition was held on January 20th at Wenatchee Valley College. Orchard Middle School swept the photography competition with a student in each of the top 4 slots. Pioneer Middle School took 7 out of 8 spots in first aid and CPR. Foothills Middle School students placed highly as well. They had 5 students in the top 8 in the preventative taping sports medicine category. And if you live in the city of Aniat, you're a registered voter, you might want to consider serving in public office. They have a vacant council position. They want applicants. It's the position 5 seat previously held by Clay Brandenburg. It's been open since December. The 5-member Aniat City Council meets the 2nd and 4th Thursdays of each month. Applicants must be, of course, a registered voter, and you must have lived inside the city limits of Aniat for at least 1 year. The city says applications need to be received by tomorrow, Saturday, January 31st. The council will vote to appoint Brandenburg's replacement. The unexpired council term ends in December of 2027. And that's what's going on around here. One more newscast before we get to do a weekend. And it will come your way tonight at 5 o'clock and then again at 6 o'clock and then after the basketball game. Tonight, we'll be at Eastmont High School during basketball tonight. So 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and on YouTube, of course. Right around 5 o'clock, we stream on our website. So go to ncwlife.com and click on the live stream. You can watch whatever we're broadcasting on your smart device. We're on Roku. We're on Amazon. The Amazon, the thing, the stick, the HDMI thing. I don't know. It confuses me. And our email address is news@ncwlife.com. If you got a news tip for us, we're going to take a break. Come back with sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Join NCW Life Channel Sports Director Eric Grandstrom for daily reports on the Seahawks as they prepare for Super Bowl 60. Eric will give you the inside scoop as the Hawks try to win their 2nd Lombardi Trophy. Coverage is brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Doghouse Motorsports, Dragoo Financial, and Latimer Chiropractic. Follow the Seahawks with Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Life Channel.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Whether you're a new homeowner or looking to update, Save Mart in Wenatchee has everything you need. From top-of-the-line appliances to comfy mattresses and stunning furniture that fits your style, they have it all under one roof. With great deals and expert customer service, you'll find the perfect pieces for your space and your budget. Save Mart, your local destination for quality appliances, mattresses, and furniture at prices you'll love.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Quarter after the hour, sports. Shane Wright scored twice. The Kraken extends their winning streak now to 3 games in a row, and they made it pretty good easy. They took care of the Toronto Maple Leafs last night at Climate Pledge Arena. The final was 5-2. Brandon Montour and Matty Beniers also scored for the Kraken, who have had at least 5 goals in back-to-back games for the first time this season. Seattle has now won 4 of its last 5. Joey Decord stopped 29 shots, and now the Kraken are off to beautiful Las Vegas tomorrow. They'll take on the Golden Knights, 7 o'clock. You can watch that on King and Kong. Women's college basketball. Here's the scoreboard from last night. See how your teams did. Congratulations to Eastern Washington. They beat Northern Arizona. Not an easy thing to do. Santa Clara crushed Washington State, and the Lady Zags scored all their points in overtime. It was 66-66 at the end of regulation. Then San Francisco didn't score again. And the Lady Bulldogs victorious in women's college basketball. And the women's college basketball schedule. A couple games tomorrow. Eastern will host Northern Colorado at 2 o'clock on ESPN+. And then at 7 o'clock, the Cougars welcome Gonzaga on ESPN+. And then Sunday, the Huskies, number 25 ranked Huskies, will host Illinois at Heck Ed, 3 o'clock on FS1. Men's college basketball. Here's your scoreboard from last night. How did your teams do? It's been a rough year for the Eastern men, and yesterday they lost again. Northern Arizona knocked them off by 6, and number 9 Illinois proved why they're a top 10 team. They beat the Huskies. The final there was 75-66. The men's schedule all Saturday. No Sunday games. Eastern will be in Northern Colorado at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock tip-off for the Cougars hosting Portland. The Huskies will be at Northwestern at 5 o'clock on Saturday on the Big Ten Network. And St. Mary's travels to now number 6 Gonzaga. They climb back up in the AP poll this week at 7:30 tomorrow night on the Entertainment and Sports Programming Network. Big crowd last night for Eastmont and Wenatchee wrestling at the Wenatchee High School Gymnasium, and the Wildcats walked away with a sweep. Both the Lady Wildcats and the boys knocked off the Panthers. And the girls, Wenatchee won just 3 matches, all by pin. Eric Grandstrom is Matt's side. He had the call right here on the NCW Life channel.
Through the first round of activity, now McNaught going for the cradle and the pin. She got it. How about that? McNaught with a pin. 55 seconds into the first round by virtue of the pin for McNaught. Now, speaking of, Dixon trying to roll over her opponent here, looking for tip points and looking for the pin, and she will get it just as the buzzer sounds. So Elena Dixon gets the win by pin. Brian Landers will take the second match, and here's a takedown by West, and she'll go right to the half and looking right for the pin. With a minute 12 to go, that'll be it. A pin by West at 49 seconds into the first round at the half. And now Gian Andre just needs to pull her head out. She does, and she'll get the reversal. And she'll get near fall points as well, if not a pin. She reverses the half. Gian Andre gets the win. Reversing the half is Vandell. Adjusting. Getting her weight back to force that opposite shoulder down. And she does get the pin 65 seconds into the first round.
Congratulations to the Lady Wildcats. The Wenatchee boys took an early lead. They had 2 forfeits in the lighter weights. And then Eastmont began winning match after match after match to walk away pretty easily. Once again, Eric Grandstrom with the call.
And how about that? Now it is Jake Schrader. And looking for the pin here. He's got the takedown. He's got the cradle. Will he get the pin? Long way to go. Pin. 28 seconds into the match for Jake Schrader over Brian Quintero. He's got the near leg tied up, so that's unless you're about 7 feet long. And now reaching back for the head is Salazar Flores. Finds himself in a pinning position. Looking for the pin, and oh my, he almost had it there. Johnson fighting for his life suddenly in a turn of events here in round number 2. 45 seconds left of the round. Almost a pin given by the official. And he does. 1:24 into round number 2. Win by pin. Head drag. Hawkins looking for the advantage, and he gets it. Takedown. And he's got the half Nelson. Look out, going for the pin here with a minute and a half left of the round. He reverses the half, looking for the shoulder. Got it. 65 seconds into round number 2. Win by pin. but Jones does a good job of breaking that. Now Nygaard gets the near side cradle, looking for a quick pin here for Eastmont to get a big advantage in this match. Jones trying to scissor his legs, trying to break that hold, and he will not. It is a pin 32 seconds into the round. Cross-face defense by Gutzweiler. We'll see if he goes for the whizzer. No, it won't have to. He'll drop down to a knee. And now an arm grab, and look out. Here comes Mercado. He's going to get the takedown. He's going to get near fall points. Looking for the pin. Doesn't get it. And both, oh, they are going to say a pin. Oh, my gosh. 1:08 to go here in round number 2. And it is Mercado with the sudden pin over John Gutzweiler. How about that? Brandt now in trouble. He reverses the half, does Hall with 1:26 to go. Long time here for Brandt to try to stay alive as Riker Hall trying to get a pin here at 190 pounds. He does in the first round. And look out, here comes Flugie again with a pinning move. He's got both arms wrapped up, chest to chest with the weights. The official goes over looking for a crease, and it will be a pin and a win for Luke Flugie. 1:07 into the first round. Alcantara follows. Kiedrowski looking for the first points here of the match. He will get the pin just like that. Alcantara, don't know if he got hurt on that or not, but it was a reversal and a pin. 39 seconds into the second round.
And here's the rest of the prep wrestling scoreboard from last night, and a lot of sweeps. Take a look. Eastmont swept Wenatchee, as you know by now. In boys wrestling, Okanagan knocked off Kashmir. Quincy took care of Prosser in both boys and girls. Same deal with Ephrata. No problems at all with East Valley. Both the boys and the girls for the Ephrata Tigers won, but it was a split. The Omak boys beat Cascade, and then the Chelan boys beat Omak in prep wrestling. Bowling, it's district time already. That means state is right around the corner. The Eastmont Wildcats, of course, won the Big Nine. That gives them the right to host the Big Nine district meet. It is all day today at Eastmont Lanes, so don't bother to go bowling at Eastmont Lanes. You won't get a lane. All the teams, all 7 teams in the Big Nine will be there, again hosted by Eastmont, the district champion, and the individual top bowlers move on to state in a couple of weeks. All right, girls high school basketball was kind of busy for a Thursday night. Normally it isn't, but last night was an exception. Royal knocked off Kashmir, Brewster over Omak. It was Antioch over Easton. Moses Lake Christian doubled up on Wilson Creek, and Republic never quite got going against Waterville Mansfield. Boys basketball scores from last night. Most of these were doubleheaders with a couple of exceptions. Take a look to see how your team did. Royal completed the sweep over Kashmir, but it was a lot closer than the girls' game. Brewster rolled over Omak. Thorpe took care of Pateris, and Moses Lake Christian completes the sweep over Wilson Creek. And now, here's your schedule. There's a whole bunch going on. They get early up there in Waterville Mansfield for girls basketball. 4:30 tip-off tonight. Yakima Tribal will be in town. Our cameras will be at the Eastmont Gymnasium. The #1 team in the state, the Davis Pirates, will take on the Eastmont Wildcats. Grant Olson on the call there. 5:30 tip-off there. That's the rest of your schedule for today, with Wilson Creek and Orville wrapping it up at 6 o'clock. And then the boys, pretty much the same as the girls. Of course, they're double headers, just an hour and a half after the girls wrap up. Again, our cameras will be at the Eastmont Gymnasium for the Davis boys and the Eastmont boys at 7 o'clock. And the rest of the games tip off at either 7 o'clock or 7:30 tonight. But there's not a lot going on tomorrow. In prep girls basketball, there's your schedule. Kashmir will host Wapato, the gateway to Yakima, at 3:45. 4 o'clock first tip for Waterville Mansfield hosting Orville. Eisenhower will be at Moses Lake at 4:30. Wenatchee travels down to Sunnyside to take on the Grizzlies at 4:30. And the boys' schedule for tomorrow. Again, most of these are doubleheaders, not always the case, but there's no lack to watch a little high school basketball over the weekend. Wenatchee Wild are on the road this weekend, trying to get things going. They're trying to make the playoffs. Right now, they're out. They're on the outside looking in. They're in the Rose City tonight to take on Portland. That'll be at 7 o'clock, and then at 6:05 tomorrow, they will be at Tri-City to take on the Americans. You can listen to Austin Drade on the call on 560 KPQ, provided that they're on the air. And we're going to be basketballing tonight. Yeah, if you can't make it to the gym, we always encourage people to go to the games. to support the local athletes, we'll have it for you on our Facebook page, and we'll be streaming as well. The girls' game will be streaming on our Facebook page and our YouTube page at 5:30. The boys on television at 7 o'clock. The Davis Pirates and the Eastmont Wildcats. Grant Olson with the call right here on the NCW Life channel. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 25 minutes after the hour, you can celebrate National Inane Answering Message Day today. My voicemail on my answering machine is quite inane. Yodel for your neighbors day. It's National Draw a Dinosaur Day. It's National Croissant Day. We're not doing any of these. Today, unplug everything and just escape. It's National Escape Day today. Get out of the day-to-day reality and just let your mind wander. Get rid of your smartphone. Don't plug in the computer. Don't do anything that distracts you from letting your brain do absolutely nothing. Kick stress to the curb and take the necessary actions to care for your mental health today. Don't forget now, going to bed with your phone is not good for you. All that stuff while you're trying to sleep, all it does is add anxiety and stress, and what's the point of that? I know it's January 30th, and many people, they want to be someplace like you see on the screen. So escape today. It's National Escape Day. It's 26 minutes after the hour. Today in history, a friendly reminder that back in the 1650s, England got rid of the monarchy. They finally got, they figured this whole king and queen thing, why would we give anybody the most important job in our country by virtue of nothing else but birth? And so Oliver Cromwell said, we can do better than that. And they ended up executing, of course, Charles I, and Oliver Cromwell became the Lord Protector of the Commonwealth of England. So they tried it. They tried to get rid of the monarchy, and the monarchy just didn't go away. So on the 12th anniversary of the execution of Charles I, who was executed by Oliver Cromwell himself was executed. What makes this interesting is that Oliver Cromwell, executed on this date in 1661, had been dead for 2 years. They actually executed a dead person. The message was, don't try this again, I think that's what the king was trying to say. Executing a dead person. That's a novel thought. Happened on this date in 1661. 67 years ago today, and 50 years after the unsinkable Titanic struck an iceberg on her maiden voyage and went to the bottom of the Atlantic, the unsinkable Hans Hedtoft, the safest ship afloat, unsinkable, on its maiden voyage across the Atlantic, hits an iceberg and sinks. The only difference between the Hedtoft and the Titanic is about 700 people survived the Titanic sinking. Nobody survived the sinking of the HMS Hedford. Hans Hedford, all 95 aboard, drowned because the ship went down bloop, like that. It didn't take very long for the ship to go down. They couldn't get into lifeboats. We still don't learn the hubris of man. It was lunch hour in Savile Row in the business section of London, and the Beatles went up on the roof of their Apple headquarters at 3 Savile Road and played their last concert, a completely impromptu concert on the roof of Apple Records in London. It was the lunch hour. They played for 45 minutes. I think it's so cool that their very last ever concert, which wasn't even a concert, it was an impromptu show, you could hear them, but you couldn't see them. The Beatles' famous rooftop concert lasted 47 minutes. The cops showed up and told them to knock it off. And they did. The Beatles' rooftop concert 57 years ago today. Super Bowls, Super Bowl XVII, that would mean 17. Washington knocks off Miami 27-12 to win the Super Bowl at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. This was the strike year. Remember, there was only 9 regular season games in the 1982 season because of the NFL players' strike. The MVP of the Super Bowl was John Riggins. He rushed for 181 yards. The Miami Dolphins' total yardage for the entire game was 176. So John Riggins himself outgained the entire Miami offense by 5 yards. Bad omen at the very beginning. The Dolphins special teamer, Bob Kuchenberg, they flipped the coin at midfield. He called tails. It came up tails. And Jerry Markbright, the referee, said it's heads. Washington, you've won the toss, and one of the linesmen stepped in and said, Jerry, that's tails. Oh, okay. They got that straightened out. Washington wins the Super Bowl on this date 43 years ago today. Super Bowl XXVII. I forgot an I. Cowboys knock off the Bills 30-13 to win Super Bowl 28 in Atlanta, Georgia. This was the first and so far the only time that the same two teams met in back-to-back Super Bowls. And of course, the Buffalo Bills become the first and only team to play in and lose 4 consecutive Super Bowls, and Super Bowl XXXIV on this date. In the year 2000, the Rams knock off Tennessee at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Super Bowl 34. This was the famous tackle. Remember watching this on TV? Came down to the very last play, tackled 1 yard short. This is the most recent Super Bowl when neither team had won a Super Bowl. Who was ever going to win this game was going to win their first ever Super Bowl. Turned out it was the Rams, and this was the first Super Bowl to be broadcast in HD TV, but this was 26 years ago. Not a lot of people had it, and if those did have it, kudos to them. 31 minutes after the hour, birthdays. Always in the top 3, historical polls has been for 70 years. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, born on this date in 1882, died of a cerebral hemorrhage at the age of 63 in 1945. Certainly one of the most important figures in the history of this country and one of the most influential presidents of all time. It's always the top 3. It's Lincoln, Washington, and FDR, and then it's like everybody else. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, born in the state in 1882. We lost Gene Hackman just about a year ago. Today, he would have been 96, born in the state in 1930. 2 Oscars, Best Actor for The French Connection, Best Supporting Actor for Unforgiven. Of course, his breakthrough role in Bonnie and Clyde, The Poseidon Adventure, Hoosiers, Mississippi Burning, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We miss Gene Hackman, who was born on this date 96 years ago today. And Phil Collins is 75 years old today. If you tally up his work with Genesis, his solo work, his duets, and all that other stuff, he had more top 40 hits than any other artist in the 1980s. That's pretty impressive. Phil Collins is 75. He's been at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for the last 16 years. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsor. Follies is back. It's only every 3 years. It's the biggest fundraiser for the Wenatchee Valley Children's Guild, and it's directed by everybody's friend, Jaime Donegan. He's on deck. When we come back, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
NCW Life channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCW Life would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Between juggling groceries, preparing meals, and lending a helping hand, you're a hero without a cape. But who's there to support you? Aging and Adult Care honors caregivers like you, the relatives, friends, and neighbors, helping loved ones remain safely at home. Aging and Adult Care offers chore services, respite, personal care, and more. Serving Chelan, Douglas, Grant, Lincoln, Adams, and Okanagan counties, call Aging and Adult Care at 1-800-572-4459 for caregiver support.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
Apple Valley Honda is bringing the future of driving to you. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue EV. Say goodbye to gas stations and hello to a whisper-quiet ride and zero emissions. The wait is over. Finally, a local option for a quality EV from a brand with a track record of exceptional quality and reliability. Experience the Honda Prologue EV for yourself at family-owned Apple Valley Honda. Stay close to home and visit us at Apple Valley Honda today for the life you live.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Since 18-year-olds got the vote in about 1971, I have only voted for a Democrat in a major election twice. The first time for McGovern in 1972. You know, hippie days, Vietnam, all that stuff. You know how it was. However, when one of our U.S. senators, Patty Murray, said she would try to end the asinine twice-a-year time change, I wrote to her and said, Patty, if you can get this done, I will vote for you. Once. Now, evidently, she reintroduced the Sunshine Protection Act bill to eliminate the idiocy of twice-a-year time changes in January of this year is when she introduced it. Now, so you go, Patty. You get this done, and I will keep my word, and I will vote for you. Once. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCW Life, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Fibercrete fireproof safety rooms can be the difference between life and death for you and your family. Typical fireproof safety rooms are 8x8 Fibercrete panels providing a solid sanctuary. Fibercrete safety rooms can be above ground, buried underground, or built within new home construction. Best of all, a safety room by Fibercrete is very affordable. Call 360-770-2088. You owe it to your family to find out more about Fibercrete safety rooms.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the Diagnostic Doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Gotta sing, gotta dance, put some seltzer down my pants. It's back, it's Follies. Every 3 years at the American Performing Arts Center, the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th of February, 2 shows. On Saturday, February 7th, the director is back, Jaime Donegan. They brought you in, the Wenatchee Valley Children's Guild brought you in 25 years ago?
25 years ago.
Yep. And we can't seem to get rid of you.
No, I don't know. They keep trying, and I just keep showing up again. I don't know.
When you first came to Wenatchee, when they hired you, and you're a professional Follies guy is what you do, you worked for a company, and then you branched out on your own and said, I can do this probably better than the company I'm currently working for. Do you have any idea that, I mean, do you know anything about the Wenatchee Valley? Do you know anything about the Guild?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. And it was kind of funny because I, the only thing I knew is that the women here that were in the Guild at the time, 25, 30 years ago, they were stalking me for like 5 years. So they would come see my show in Spokane, see my show in Tacoma, Longview. And then at the same time, Yakima hired me to do their Follies and Wenatchee. So within 4 months, I was doing both of these. So I got to really know this area around here, which is pretty cool. And so I started, I just remember showing up. It was a lot of snow that year. Wish we had some snow this year. I like to ski more.
Yeah, really, that would be nice.
But it was, I just walked into this winter wonderland and I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And then we did the kickoff party and all these wonderful people showed up. And I was just sort of like, wow, this is cool. And the Pack was brand new. We were the first big show there. They had a couple little small shows, but this was the first big show.
It had opened like in December of the year prior or something like that.
Right, in December, and I think they had like a little small local variety show, and then we came in and the Follies was the first big show. And in fact, the first Follies that I directed bought the big red main curtain for the Pack.
And it should be pointed out, from your standpoint as a professional, the changes that they made to the infrastructure of the Pack is a game changer.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was pretty rudimentary 25 years ago, but new PA, new sound system, new everything, lights and everything. They've really upped their technical game, which makes your job easier.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember we were talking about this last night. There was this guy named Bob Kripe. I don't know if you know him or not, but I guess he worked backstage at Music Theater of Wenatchee, and so he came and helped us build sets and figure out the tech stuff, and everybody was just on point, and it all ran really well. And then the next couple of years, as it was transforming and trying to figure out what it was, and we had a couple of little bumps in the road here and there, but it's always, I think in the last 15 years has just gotten better and better and better. And I'm really excited to be a part of this community now and working with these wonderful people.
You get to work with Mr. Locke, with Ms. Boggs. These are top flight professionals.
Absolutely, they're doing great. And I think it's interesting that in the beginning when I first started coming here, the Pack was hardly staffed at all. When they did staff, they'd have to lay people off. So they do all this work training people, and then they have to lay them off, and then they'd have to go get other jobs, and then maybe not come back. So they'd have to start the training all over again.
And they had an old-fashioned traditional theater calendar, which was basically fall into early spring, and then nothing.
And then nothing for
in the
summer.
summertime. They would close the doors and turn off the lights, and they don't do that anymore either.
Yeah, and I helped fill that gap as well. So with Hot August Nights.
That's right. So for the uninitiated, I know. But since it's only every 3 years and attention spans are short, what is Follies? People go, what is that? What's a Follies show? What is that?
The Follies is a miracle, is what it is. It's a musical variety show that's used as a fundraiser. So this is open to the entire community. Anyone can be in it, and everyone who wants to be in it is in it. So that's a little different than other musical things that happen around the community. But it's a fun thing for people who just want to get a taste of something, or they want to donate their time to help raise money for the charity. And so you get such a wide array of why people are there. And I think that's really fun. You have people there that sing and dance, and they just want to be on stage and do their thing. Other people that have never been on stage just want to see what it feels like, or friends dragged them into it, and then now they're having a blast. And it's just really a lot of fun. And there's no theme. We talked about that. No theme to the show. It's just a variety show, and every number is about 2-3 minutes long. So your attention span, you're just like, watch this and you watch that and you watch it. And it's just always moving and moving. And I think that's a lot of fun for people, because if you don't like this number, well, the next number is coming in just a few minutes, and it just moves very, very quickly. And gosh, we have some amazing talent.
As a director, how do you pace a Follies show? As you mentioned, it's fairly high energy, but you have to keep people entertained for an extended period of time, whether it's something that they like or don't like. How do you handle pacing?
It's actually pretty easy. A big, huge, splashy opening number, and then kind of bring it back down a little bit, and then we have so many people in the show. We have over 200 people in the show this year. And I believe, I was talking to Mike Locke last night, I believe it's the most people in a show at the PAC ever. So that's kind of fun. And that could be like the Nutcracker might have a whole bunch of little kids, that kind of thing. But adults in a show, I think it's the most ever, and he thinks that's true also.
Well, let's get with 200
We're
people.
Just going to go with it.
With 200 people on a show,
Where do you put them all?
That is a lot. We got to give some love to the people who aren't going to be on stage, but if you don't have them, you can't pull it off because we're talking makeup, we're talking costumes, we're talking backstage directors, we're talking in-house PAs. Hey, Johnson, get up there, you're on in 5 minutes. Those
great.
People
we have some continuity from other shows. Like Connie helps with costumes, and she's busting it up there, trying to get everybody in a costume and several costumes. And she has a lot of experience with this, so it makes the job a little bit easier. A lot of my other productions, it's just a volunteer that's doing that, and they don't know anything about costumes. They're like, "Oh, I can sew, though," But it's a big, huge effort to make sure that all of it comes together. And it's the set pieces. We have a live band, a 10-piece band that Glenn Isaacson leads, and he's a godsend. He's one of the most amazing.
Too.
Oh my gosh, he's just an amazing musician, and he has really thrown himself into this. In the past, he would direct the band, but someone else would be the rehearsal pianist, and Marilyn, who was here forever, Marilyn Everhart, and so it got passed off to him sort of in the last week. This week, he's like in the throes of it, and he's like, "Oh, this is kind of fun. I understand." And so it's just kind of interesting how it shifts just a little bit every time I do it. This is my 9th Follies here in Wenatchee, and they've all just been a little bit different. But I gotta say, this show is gonna blow the roof off of the PAC. It's gonna be amazing.
In all of your Follies shows, either in Wenatchee or Yakima or any place, have you discovered a person that, like, you may be a dental hygienist, but if you keep this up, you can do this.
Yeah, it's all about their desire, though. I've had amazingly talented people all across the country, but maybe they're not interested in doing that. And there have been a few from my shows that have ended up on Broadway, and I've watched them go from like 16, 17, 18-year-olds to being Broadway, like major Broadway people, and that's pretty fantastic.
You sound like a proud papa there.
Yeah, I mean, hey. I didn't discover them, but I got to work with them when they were young, and that's really, really pretty fun.
And on the other side of the coin, you mentioned if you show up, if you're part of the I want to be in the show, you're going to be in the show. How do you handle somebody who's enthusiastic and it's wonderful to be around and will do whatever you ask them to do and have no discernible talent whatsoever?
Yeah,
what do you do with them?
Find a spot for them.
Yeah.
There's a spot for everybody. So we have some people who are like, I only want to be in the back row. I just want to feel what this feels like. And I give them a ton of credit because I think that's very brave and adventuresome. And I think they have a great takeaway. When the show finishes, I've laughed for years. People, a week after the show, they're calling me. Wherever I am, I'm on to the next show usually. They're calling me and they're like, "Oh, we have the post Follies blues." It's like all that excitement and energy is like builds up, and you have the show and it's over, and then everybody's like, "Well, what do we do with our time now?" And they miss the camaraderie of all the people and the support. How the community supports each other. It's just fantastic. It really is.
I went to closing night, the last Follies that we had here in 2023. It was a riot.
Yeah.
It was just a riot. It was a blast. And it's so fun to see all of these people that on stage.
Yeah. And everybody works so hard to get their numbers right and everything. But, in the Follies, it's a little bit of it's a no-lose situation. Yeah. One of my, I always tell them, everybody's supposed to go this way in this particular number. and one person makes a mistake and goes that way, it makes the whole Follies.
Exactly.
And everybody laughs and they have a great time and they're like, good for them for being up there to do it.
And even though it's a show and you're doing 4 of them, again, on the 5th, the 6th, and 2 shows on the 7th, every show's kind of different.
Awesome.
It's not like you're going to a play or a musical where everything is pretty much the same night after night after night. There's a lot of who knows what's going to happen tonight.
Exactly. Well, you try to lock it down as much as possible just to make sure that there's continuity and that there's safety and that sort of thing. But then there's live theater, and sometimes the curtain goes up and somebody goes and they're just staring out going, I don't remember a single thing. I don't remember my dance steps. I don't remember my words. I don't know. And that, but it's fun, and you see everybody support and surround that person and take them in and make sure that they get through the number and that sort of thing.
We're running short on time. Rehearsals. You guys have been at it for a while. Some off-site rehearsals, and now you're in the pack now.
Yeah, we started in the pack on Monday, and it's great that we have a week before the show to kind of get all of the staging right, and that's been really good. And the pack staff, man, they are just the best. They have our set built. It's up and ready to go. So the cast gets to practice on it for a week before we go into technical rehearsals and costume rehearsals and everything. So it kind of makes the transition a little bit easier.
It is Follies, put on, of course, by the Wenatchee Valley Children's Guild. It's a fundraiser. The only people who are getting paid are the pros and Jamie. Everybody else is volunteering.
Everyone in the community
is volunteering. Yep.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of time.
It is.
It's a lot of time. Yeah. There you go, folks. Look at your screen. Those are the dates. I tell you right now, the Saturday night 7 o'clock show will sell out. The Friday night show will sell out. The Thursday night show will sell out. They're all going to sell out. This is Wenatchee is notorious as a last-second town. You're not going to be able to get up out of bed on Saturday, February 7th and say, honey, let's go to Follies tonight, because the odds are there ain't going to be any tickets left.
Yeah, I mean, you can always show up and maybe somebody was sick and couldn't use their tickets. That's always the case, so it's worth going and trying to find a ticket. But yeah, this show always sells out, and so if you haven't gotten your tickets, get them fast. This is how the community supports, and it's great. All of the proceeds for this stay in the community for all these amazing children's programs that are already there, and then the Wenatchee Valley Children's Guild has started a bunch of side charities.
And if you miss, of course, it on the weekend of February 5th, 6th, and 7th, you got to wait till 2029.
Yeah.
Again, and that's the other thing about Follies. You only do it every 3 years. So
yeah.
It has that freshness about it.
Yeah.
Nothing stale about it.
I'm going to be a lot older then.
Hey, what is next for you, by the way? You got Follies. It's going to take up all of your time.
Yeah.
Through February 7th.
And going to a beach somewhere. I think that's what's next for me.
Good for you.
After this. My next show is 1776. I'm going to be doing that this summer. It is the musical 1776, which came out in 1969. And so people are like, why are you doing that? Hot August Nights is supposed to be the edgy show. I was like, show up.
Yeah, you'll find out.
You'll see.
Jaime Donegan, my friend, break a leg.
Thank you.
Have fun. Wenatchee Children's Guild website. Just go to their website and buy your tickets and get it done. Get it done and help out a good cause. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
I break a leg on the stage. Don't break a leg on the slopes.
Yeah,
fair enough.
No,
there you
not
go.
happening.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
It's time for BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 16, with your host, Mike Mitchell.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life Channel.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Life channel. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Somewhere down there is the Wenatchee Valley. We're in for a real schizophrenic kind of a day today. Weather-wise, we're going to see sunshine, believe it or not, this afternoon, and the warming trend will continue. Wait till you see the forecast. We'll do that in just a couple minutes, but we do have some time, and we have those really cool PTZ cameras, so let's look at some really cool PTZ cameras, shall we? The Widener Apartment Homes continues to sprout up. They're going to be opening, I think, March of next year. 6 stories, a couple of parking garages, and then a 7-story, kind of like a clubhouse at the very top of it. It's going to be pretty darn impressive. And of course, for the folks who live downtown, like that urban lifestyle, that place will probably sell out pretty quickly, it'd be my guess. We have to use some of the lower cameras right now because we are fogged over. That's from the roof of the Cascadian, panning off to the west side. So yeah, it's about all we can do right now, but believe it or not, we're going to see sunshine later on today, eventually. The Orondo Rock camera, we can see Turtle Rock, and that's really about it. And Lake Antioch on this rather foggy and cloudy Friday morning. It's still 34 degrees. Temperature hasn't moved at all since the show began about an hour ago. Camera number 3, let's see what Mac chose. That looks to be the Valley High camera. The DOT shed is down there where they have the plows and the sand and the brine and all that stuff, and there's just not a lot of snow there at all. It's been a very rough year for the ski resorts. If you have to travel over the mountain passes, it's been a great year. If you like to ski, not so much. Not much snow, and what little snow they have is not really the best condition for you skiers. National Weather Service says rain this morning and fog and clouds, and then gradually the sun will come up, and by the time the sun goes down at about 5 o'clock tonight, we'll see sunshine and very warm with a high of 42. So we get a little bit of everything today. Clouds but dry tonight, 35 for the overnight low. Clouds and dry Saturday, high of 42. There are 4 waves coming through. The first one tracks in the region today, second one Saturday, third one Sunday, fourth one Monday. Not really going to affect us a great deal. So we're looking at 45 with a little bit of rain on Sunday. It would be afternoon rain if it happens at all. It's only about a 30% chance of precipitation. And then look at that. Look at Monday, 47. Tuesday, 47. Lots of clouds. And then sunshine and 49 and then 50 on Thursday. That is not February weather, not by the least. If you will indulge me in a quick little shop talk, I'm going to be on assignment for the next couple of weeks. You're not going to see me again until Monday the 16th of February. So next week, for the whole week, Josie Meats will be in this chair. He's lined up some pretty cool guests So treat him well. He'll do a great job. So Josie Meets will be handling this show all of next week. And then the following week, Eric Granstrom will be in the air chair as we lead up to the Apple Blossom Pageant, which is coming up on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Of course, we'll have that for you right here on the NCW Life channel. So when Eric is hosting, you're going to get a chance to meet the top 10 candidates. Looking forward to that. So Josie Meets next week, Eric Granstrom the week after that, while I am on a much needed assignment. I'll see you in the middle of February. Until then, bye-bye.